On the Wado Radio Show.
Yes, it's DJ Wado. It's the Wado Radio Show. It's more than music, it's ministry. Welcome to part 2 of my interview with Beleaf Mel from King's Dream Entertainment, Beleaf in Fatherhood, all of that good stuff. If you missed part 1, obviously make sure you check that out. But here's part 2. You know, one of the things that I really realized from your last project was how good you are at concept albums. And you know, around the time that you were starting Beleaf in Fatherhood, the YouTube series, was around the time the Dream Junkies project was coming out, right? And you had the diaper bag song on there, and I thought that was just like the dopest song. Just as a father, I totally got it, totally related. Yeah. I remember the few times that I spun it on the show, like, and it was in the middle of a few of my mixes. People were like, yo, who is that? What song is that? Like, I'm loving that. You know what I mean? Because it's just, you don't hear that kind of content, man. And I feel like I haven't had a chance to listen to the whole album. I'll be honest. My phone died. I was out jogging. You sent it to me, you know, before we did this. I got through like song 6 and I was just like, this brother really stuck to the concept though for this project, man.
Yeah. The album has more of a it's a weird concoction of things, you know. I'm trying to summarize everything in a really cool way, and so the album is basically about who I am as a man, and then throughout these relationships. So through my relationship with my kids, through my relationship with myself, and various women that I've been with. You know what I'm saying? And so, for instance, the song "Heartbreak," which I don't think you got to because it's track 8.
Yep.
I talk a lot about, you know, various relationships I was in and how those relationships were great, but I messed up a lot. And, you know, everybody deals with heartbreak, you know. And so by the end of the album, I end up, like, kind of breaking up with hip-hop, you know, who's, like, a woman that, you know, I've made babies with. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the last song is called Baby Daddy, and it's like I leave hip-hop to join my wife as a storyteller so we can tell our own story together. You know what I mean? Because it was really like choosing, you know, I feel like I had to choose one, you know, hip hop or my wife, you know, because, you know, she's not into hip hop at all. You know, like she likes some songs, but she's like, you know, Nate Dogg died and she tweeted out, "Who's Nate Dogg?" I mean,
oh my God. Living in Cali.
Yeah, living in Cali, like, she's like, what's the big deal? You know, who's Nate Dogg? And I'm like, no, you know what I mean? So it's just like one of those things where it's like, I realized that we can do ministry together. I just had to find out how that looks, and now I kind of see how it looks. And so it's all about making her believe it.
Yeah.
You know? So the music has a lot to do with, I mean, I feel like, you know, the rhymes, it's not like bar heavy, but it's very flow heavy, which is kind of like my specialty. As well, like I do flows, like I love different flows.
I think you specialize in both, brother.
I mean, okay, well, I'm just saying hip hop, like, you know how my mind gets, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say that it has any level of, you know, success, like I would say a Locksmith or somebody like that.
Yep.
But I do say that it's definitely flow heavy. It's you know, I don't think you're gonna not bob your head to each record. What's cool about the songs that all of them are written by me. You know what I'm saying? So even the joints where it's just people singing, I wrote all the lyrics because I wanted to showcase my skills as a songwriter, which is where I want to go. You know, I feel like that's a way I can still love the music and have a relationship with hip hop without having to do all the dirty work like touring and, you know, asking people to buy my CD. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. You have one song on here in particular that I thought was very, very interesting, Blase. And almost got the vibe from you that you wrestled with growing up. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh, man. Yep.
You know, like...
That question sucks. It's a lot of pressure. Like, you know, I've been alive for 10 years, and you want me to decide what I'm going to do for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
Like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I have fear of commitment. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is like one of those questions. Kind of like, I'm going to avoid this until the day I die.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And so for so long, like, I've been a kind of like a jack of all trades. I could cut hair, I could DJ, I could cook a little bit, I could, you know, I did a bunch of different things. And so vlogging really comes in handy because I can edit it to make it look like I'm a genius at all of it. You know what I'm saying? Blase was written from the perspective of my little brother, who literally almost is me. You know, I would say was very similar, and it's the perspective from like my little brother, and we just kind of live in this place where it's like, man, I don't know what I want to do. I don't have any goals. I don't have any dreams. I'm just kind of sitting here in this weird station. Don't ask me any questions. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just blasé about life. And that song was actually started out as a beatbox. That song and Plate were both produced originally as a beatbox. And then Anthony added the drums.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Douchebag. People really gave you crap about tossing your kids up?
Oh, yeah. So lightweight, you talking?
Yes.
Yeah, like people, you know, they say, you know, basically it is like a medical thing where it's like you throw it up in the sky like that because they can lose their breath and you know when you catch them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that, but someone told me that and they were like, "Yo, don't do that." But it makes for an epic picture, so I just keep doing it.
Hey, but you
lives for the gram.
Hey, but here's the thing though. You had a line in there that I thought was, I mean, and you throw these in your vlogs all the time. You know what I mean? But you had a line in the song where you were like, "Yo, I throw them up to let them know they can rise higher than me." You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I kind of figured that wasn't the initial reason why you did it, but I thought that was dope just as a dad, man, because I mean, look, every successful dad, man, you want your kids to do way better than you ever did, ever. You know what I mean? So, you know.
Well, it depends. You know, well, you're right. Every successful dad. I feel like some dads are threatened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're threatened by even the attention the wife gives the child.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so, like, I get it. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, I just want my kids to know, like, yo, I'm not rooting against you. I'm rooting for you. I'm on your team. I want you to be better than me, you know? And I don't want to make it hard for you. So I want to show you all my flaws. And I want to be very honest that I messed up and I want to apologize when I'm wrong. But I want you to be better than me, you know? And if you fall, I'll catch you from here, you know? I will catch you and I'll throw you right back up, you know? And so that's just one thing. It's the symbolism, man. The dad toss. That's like a part of like being a father. Like you throw your kid in the sky, you know, whether it's in a pool or whatever. Like you just, you know, it's like the perfect, like everything that I've done, I'm going to force in the air. I'm going to give you all the knowledge and all the things that I've learned, and you're going to get all the wisdom, and that's you. And you should go as high as you can, right? I'm not expecting for you to fall, but if you do fall, I'll catch you. You know what I mean? Like that's just basically the symbolism.
That's real, bro. That's real, man. You know, man, for those that don't know, this album drops this Monday, May 8th. Is the date. Beleaf in Fatherhood is kind of the movement. I thought, you know, one of the things that was really dope was, you know, from the 5-6 songs that I was able to get to before we went on the air is sonically, bro, like I feel like you're continuing to grow as an artist. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, just as someone who's kind of followed you from the beginning and known you from the beginning, and, you know, hearing the kind of music that you're making, like this was definitely a progression. I felt like from, you know, your solo album, even from Good Religion in some cases. I know you mentioned, you know, Anthony and those guys kind of stretching you. Did you really feel stretched this project, man? Like, did you?
Yeah, I felt like, you know, this was the awkwardest moment to put out a record, man. Like, you know, John Lee's team's dream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the middle of me trying to drop a record.
Yeah.
Ruslan puts out an album, like works on an album, speakingly. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just was like, oh, I ain't got no support. Like, that's how I felt. And so, I just felt like, man, like, it stretched me and just, like, not wanting to, like, be angry, and believing that things are going to be fine for me. Because I was like, dang, man, like, y'all know how hard it is for me to write these songs. You know what I'm saying? Because
because you guys usually work on the albums all together, right?
Yeah, we work on one record at a time.
That's what I mean. But it's kind of still a group. You know what I mean? Like even though it's like a Beleaf album, it's like everybody's kind of working to an extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so the person I had most on my side was Eric Kingsley. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the producer that, like, you could see his name all over the back of the record. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's done that for production, for mixing. Like, he helped me figure out, hey, man, you're rapping out of key. And I'm like, what? How you rap out of key? Nah, dog, listen, you're rapping out of key. And I'm like, man, shut up. And he's like, nah, you're rapping out of key. You know what I'm saying? So It's like, he has, like, some things that I just couldn't touch. You know what I mean? But, yeah, it was a real hard season, man. It was real hard, man. During the Good Religion record, before Good Religion was even started, like by Ruslan and John, I had already wrote Left Coast. I wrote Take Me Back. I had the hook written for I Got the Juice.
Yep.
I had the only song I wrote late was Secondhand Smoke. Like, every song, like all the best, and I'm gonna say this, and I know it's gonna sound arrogant, but I don't care. But some of the best records on that album were already kind of like in production because I was working on that while they were all working on Songwriting.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so,
here's the thing though, it's not arrogant, bro, because I remember them saying this about Good Religion to me in private.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think they would agree, bro.
Yeah. And so, like, I had this thing where I was like, I was working on Good Religion while they were focused on Soul Rebel for John. You know what I'm saying? And then John's album comes out. He started to feel weird. You know, like, we're all kind of high tension because we just came off tour and tour was rough.
Yep.
And Ruslan starts working on the record by himself. And, I'm not going to tell nobody what to do, but I was like, yo, like, all right, I guess I'll work on mine too, even though I'm still doing Beleaf and Fatherhood stuff. And so I played myself in believing that I needed them. Because I didn't. I thought I did. I thought I deserved their loyalty because I gave them mine. You know what I'm saying? But now I know, like, I'm going to serve because I'm serving God ultimately. You know what I'm saying? I'm not serving any of those guys, alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm serving God and I'm a servant. So regardless if it's King's Dream or if it's Chick-fil-A or whatever, or it's my family, like, I'm going to be serving, And that's just kind of what it is. Are you a gentleman to women who give you your number, or are you a gentleman to all women? Are you just a gentleman, period? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't define myself based on a relationship. I have to define myself based on me. You know what I'm saying? And the truth is, I'm a servant. That's why I write songs for people, and I give my songs away sometimes. So I say, hey, man, would you like this? I think you sound great on this. Because, I'm a servant. You know what I mean?
It's what you do, brother. I definitely feel that, bro. John being signed to Interscope, man, it's a big move, bro. And
yeah,
I mean, that's huge. Like, I'm happy for him, bro. Like, that's a massive platform, and I feel like he has the kind of talent that warrants a big platform. To be honest. I know, like, there's always, I don't want to say controversy, but people, they see certain things that he may do on social media, whether it's Snapchat or whatever, and people are like, yo, like, what's going on with him? And obviously you as a brother-in-law, as a friend, you know better than anybody, man. So just I'm not asking you to put his business out there at all, but I feel like I couldn't do this interview and at least not kind of give you a chance to kind of, you know, talk a bit about John and what's going on with his career and his music and all of that stuff, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, one, I feel kind of awkward just talking about him, you know what I'm saying? Because that's him and the two different people. But, you know, John has always been the same guy. You know what I'm saying? There's not been like a John is going away, he's doing this. He's always been the same. You know what I'm saying? So to everyone who's kind of tripping, that just shows like you never really knew the dude.
Never knew him. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, me, I would say I'm close in proximity with him. And I've seen him at his lowest moments, at least within the last, you know, 8 years. You know, I've seen him at his lowest moments. And I've seen him at some of his highest. I know that he is a man just like everybody else, man, and not to be put on nobody's pedestal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I've been saying this whole time, is like, talent is one thing, character is another. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's very talented. You know what I'm saying? And he has flawed issues in his character, just like you do, just like I do, and just like everybody else does. You know what I'm saying? And so, I don't know, man. Like, it's not really much to say on John's topic because he's always kind of been the same guy. Like, he's always smoked.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's always smoked cigarettes. You know, he's always done it. Like, when I used to give him shake-ups, when I first dated his sister, I would smell smoke on his breath all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when he was drawing in his mustache. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, you know, that's what secondhand smoke was about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's nothing new to me. Like, y'all surprised because y'all had him, you know, fixed a different way. And he allowed himself to be perceived a certain way as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And Ruslan chose to promote that. You know what I mean? Like, I was really just kind of in there like, oh, is this what we're doing? Ruslan, is this what you're doing with your label? You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, well, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have no ownership rights in King's Dream. I'm a friend to Ruslan.
Yeah.
I'm a friend. I'm a brother and a friend of John, and that's basically, you know, as far as it goes. You know what I mean? You know, John would say I mentored him, or he looked up to me for a period. You know, me and him are like, you know, still close now, but I think he's trying to redefine his circle. You know what I mean? I think he's trying to figure out, you know, where's the best place for him to be, who's the best people for him to be around. And I think he's trying to figure all that out, man. So it's like, it's a lot of pressure when I do.
Yep. Well,
I mean, it's a slew of dudes who like really like, yo, I wonder if this cat's gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't know if any of those cats are dependent on him, but I wouldn't put it past them. You know.
I'll say this, man. I think one of the things that we as Christians, and even in the Christian rap community or whatever you want to call it, struggle with is we think everybody should have it all together by the time they come out. Like, they have to be like this perfect Christian. And I say it all the time, man. Like, you know, my early years in Christianity, I didn't know about Christian hip hop, so I couldn't do it. You know, I wasn't aware this was like a thing. And on top of that, there wasn't really much social media the way it is now. You know what I mean? Like, MySpace was just kind of jumping. Facebook hadn't even opened up to everybody at that point. You know what I mean? And so I'm thankful that a lot of the growing pains that I went on in my walk, people didn't have a chance to see because, you know, I wasn't on social media like that. You know, like, people that in their 20s now, especially they put everything on. I mean, look who I'm talking to. But you put everything on social media, and it's just the world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's just it's the world, and it's like, at least with what you're doing, you can edit it. You know what I mean? It's like, a lot of stuff, man. A lot of these younger cats coming up, bro. It's like you just put everything on Snapchat. You just sit there and snap all day. You sit there and Insta story all day, Facebook story all day. You know, and so I just want to. I'm just saying this, bro. I just feel like we need to caution thinking people should be at a certain point because of whatever. Everybody's got their own journey. And a lot of people that have come to me in private with stuff about John, I always just say, bro, have you prayed for him? Like, leave it there. You don't know him. Pray for him. You know what I mean? Leave it there, bro. Pray for him.
I mean, you know, the thing is, it's like, what are you really praying for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's, I don't even know, like, if that's even the right part to have to someone that you literally don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, pray for him, but, like, what is your intention? Like, pray for him so he can look more like what
that's
you
real.
want him to look like for Jesus. So, like, I'll put it to you like this. There's a couple things on what you said. You know, if I really wanted to make a song go well in Christian hip hop, you know, I'd make the Christian version of whatever's popping right now. And I'd put Jesus' name in there a bunch of times. And I go say it at some church that's predominantly black because I know they would champion me. You know what I'm saying? And so people, like, have to understand that sometimes they make this music just for sales. Christians.
Yep.
They'll say scripture, they'll say this, they'll say that for sale to help. Because I know that, like, yo, I'm not going to use Jesus' name as a gimmick. I'm going to say it because I want to.
Yep.
You know, not because I know that I need it and I know it's going to go off in the church. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? The second thing is, it's better to put your stuff on social media. That way, people really know who you are.
Sure.
And they're not confused because there's a lot of dudes putting Jesus' name up in their music, but you hang out with these brothers in private, and it's not like that.
It's not what it seems,
exactly
right?
What I'm talking about.
Yep.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what would you rather? You rather somebody be fake and not put that stuff on social media because it makes you uncomfortable? You know what I mean? Like, now there's wisdom in a lot of this, and this is a lot of stuff that shouldn't be shared. But it's also a lot of stuff that should be shared because it's like, oh, he's really trying to figure it out. And just like me too, like, you know, I can edit my stuff, but if I curse in one of my videos, I'll edit it, but it'll bleep.
Yeah, you bleep it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I want people to know, like, yo, I still have an issue here.
Yeah.
This is a huge gray area for me, and I don't know if I'm doing it for y'all, if I'm doing it for me, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what it is. So, and I know that someone's going to comment and say there's an issue with me with that, and I know it is. And me and my pastor talked about it, and he's still like, yo, you need to chill because it represents us. You know, what we don't realize is that when you say that you're a believer, you represent the body. You know what I'm saying? Not just yourself. And so that's the hardest part, is that people really don't feel connected to the body, you know? And so I don't know, man. Like, if anybody has anything to say about John or me, and I know there's plenty of them out there, it's kind of like, yo, have a conversation. Like, have a conversation with the dude. And even if you don't agree, like, it's going to be, it's like issues with everybody, you know? Like, I swear cats be thinking just because dudes ain't, you know, drinking or smoking on Instagram stories, that they don't do it at all.
Right.
or smoking weed. Like it's real. Like, it's real in that green room. That's why I don't feel comfortable there.
Yeah.
It's real in that green room, man. Like, I don't even like the green room. Sometimes you see me at these shows and I be out in the line with the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. Like, don't play yourself and believe that these cats, you know, don't do any of this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, their music may be one way, but their life may not be. And some of them is real. Like, some of them do this, but then it's like, okay, they use that as a way to boast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it, man. So it's really hard. It's really complex. That's why I struggle with Christian hip hop altogether. I struggle with hip hop altogether anyway, because I feel like it's super big on self promotion, you know. But some of it is you know, like, solely for the Lord. And I don't know, man. I'm lost in it, bro. I'm so lost in it, and I'm watching stuff behind it, you know, from behind the scenes, and I just know what it really is like, man. And I'm just like, hey, man, you know, I just want to do YouTube and hang out with my family. Wouldn't it be cool to be paid? To be paid to be a dad? You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what I want to do, man. And so you can call it a ministry, you can call it, you know, a show, you call it whatever you want. Like, it's entertainment, and it's educational. You know what I mean? And so, and it's meeting the needs of people. You know, so I don't know, man. I feel like John is a very sore subject, but he's a very complex individual who's young, man. The dude is young. You know, he's 24, but you got to understand his home life. You got to understand a lot that goes into that. You know what I mean? And so I would say that, you know, I'm probably one of the first males that John is like looked at like, oh, this dude ain't a scumbag.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that took years. Like, sometimes he still be questioning me like, hey, so why you do this? I'm like, man, if you don't get the hell up out my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think? I tried to sabotage your life right here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes it be like that. So, you know, he's got mad trust issues. You know what I mean? And so I remember when I started dating my wife, Givez, his sister. You know, the church that he was going to, you know, some of the people in the church were like, oh, I don't want to hang out with my kids. And I'm like, and he's like, yo, your kids is the one that's tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't show this to them, you know? And so when you do that to a child, and then a whole, like, culture of people, a genre, a community of people are doing it to them as well, it just, once again, speaks to the forgiveness of the people. See, sometimes the saints don't got no mercy, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's better to come in looking like a scumbag and improving on your way up than coming in and looking like, oh, a saint and I ain't got nothing wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather show you all my flaws up front. That way, if I get better, you're impressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Like, if people don't like John, I say good for John. You know what I mean? Because I don't think people need to. You know, he gonna find his people. That's all we're trying to do is find our people for the Lord. To me, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I remember.
I don't know if that answers your question.
No, it definitely did. One of the last conversations I had with John, I was telling him about a horrible church experience that I went through, and I was telling him why I didn't share it. You know, for a number of reasons. He was just like, "You bugging." He's like, "Bro, you got to share that." He's like, "Cause that'll help people," and it convicted me so much. Because it was just like, he's right. It is like, I'm trying to protect, you know, maybe people's reputations or whatever the case may be. And it's just like, nah, man, like, you need to share this with people, because there's probably 10,000 other people at a minimum that have gone through the same thing, and they're hurting, and they're looking for places to find healing in the situation, and know they're not the only ones that go through it. So I definitely feel you, bro. I definitely feel you, man. Definitely, bro. Well, yo, I guess I can't ask you if you're touring this album. Would be my normal question, because you already stated.
I got some dates.
Okay.
I got a couple dates. I got a show in Atlanta, I think on 25th or something like that.
Sure.
It's outside of Atlanta. I think it's like 2 hours away from Atlanta. And then I'm doing Rhetoric this year. I think that's on the low though.
Oh, that's killer.
Yeah, I'm doing, you know, and I think that's pretty much all I got. I'm mostly doing speaking. I'm sure, like, once people hear the album, they'll want to book me, but if they don't, it's cool. I know, you know, for me, like, in order for me to come out and rap, I'm charging, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You know, but if I'm speaking and you want to do, like, a double thing, like, I can speak and I can rap, then I'll bring the price down for sure.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, like, it's just super complex right now, with the music and like where I want to be and how I want to be doing it. So, but I hope people enjoy the record, man. That's it.
I think they will, man. From the bit that I've heard, I enjoyed it, and I think they will, bro. You know what I mean? So, Beleaf in Fatherhood, May 8th.
Yep, May 8th. My birthday.
Hey, I didn't realize that, my brother. That's what's up, man. Happy early birthday, G.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
On the Way Radio Show. On the Way Radio. On the Way Radio Show. Where it's much more than music, it's ministry.